Do you love Tetris? Do you love board games? Well, then you probably like Patchwork from Mr. Rosenberg. He's a great designer. Came out with this fantastic game that really brought us kids from the 90s, Tetris in a box. And we loved it, and we loved him for it. So we said, why just 2 players though, Mr. Rosenberg? We'd love to play this with more people. Oh, Cottage Garden, he brought it out. But then there's like this really weird, wonky scoring mechanic, and then some weird how you end the game. I don't know. It was just really weird. Good attempt, though. Well, Mr. Phil Walker Harding has solved the issue for us. This is Barenpark from Mayfair Games. It just came out. It's amazing. It is everything we want in Tetris and in a board game. It's perfect. It rounded the whole thing out. So let's go to the table. I'll show you why I think it's better than both of Mr. Rosenberg's attempts. All right? Okay, so here we are at the table with Barenpark, and so let's dive into what makes this game great. I will say, before we get started, that your setup and breakdown is going to be a bit of a bear. So, in the game, you've got 4 different sections here that you're looking at. So you've got the free wheelbarrow sections, and I'll explain what the wheelbarrow and the cement truck and stuff means in a second. So you've got these green spaces that are kind of free, let's just say. They're really cheap, and they have no point values. You have the cement trucks, which have the 4 different types of bears. You've got the goby, the polar, the panda, and the koala. Then you've got the enclosures that are the cranes on your map. And these are unique pieces, and obviously you see the point value that are also on those pieces. We also have some bear statues, and I'll explain those in a second. And then we have some in-game achievements. Now, in the instructions, those say that those are for advanced play, but I would get those out right away. I wouldn't wait. That's part of the game. You're only going to choose 3. So you would say, like, this one is the first person to put down 3 polar bear enclosures in their park would get the top. And you can see they go down in value as you achieve those. You've got the 4 different types of bears. You've got a street food vendor, so if you could put 3 of those end to end in your park, that would get you that one. I want to see somebody pull this one off. This is place 2 bear statues at the same time. So I'll just give you guys a quick run through of what the game would look like. So you've got here a starting tile. You can tell it's starting tile because it has the different country at the bottom. The game automatically ends when 4 tiles from a single player have been completely covered. And that gives everybody else one more turn. So, here you're going to have one of those things where you're going to have these pieces. And so when you take a piece and you have this piece and you place it on your board, whatever you cover up is what you're going to get to choose from. So if I place this here and I cover up the cement truck, then I'm going to get to choose a piece from the cement truck. Now, I don't get to immediately place that. It goes down on the next turn. So you're going to always try to be fueling your engine with the different pieces that you want. So let's go with this. This gives you the green space pieces, the wheelbarrow. Cement truck is the 4 pieces in the middle, or on the cement truck. Then you've got the construction crew. The construction crew lets you draw a tile to expand your park. And so these can never go below your park. They always either have to go side to side, or on top. So you can make one big square out of 4. You can make a big long 4-piece situation, whatever you're into, whatever you think is going to fit, whatever you've got coming up next. Okay, and then and you don't on your starting grid, you don't start with any of the cranes, but that will be for the specialized pieces that come in for the enclosures later. So let's just walk through a few of these real quick. I would probably go right out of the gate here and just really fuel my engine with 2 more pieces. So let's go here. Let's say I really wanted to get, let's say that this was part of one of the things we had in the game. So I'm going to go ahead and just take 2 of those. Okay, so I've got those to lay down for later. All right, over here, let's say we start with this. And right out of the gate, they go here. Now, the first play of the game, you can put anywhere you want. After that, you have to place your pieces touching the piece, a previous piece. Not diagonally, but orthogonally. So you're going to have to think about that as you're putting things down. So here, I've got a wheelbarrow and an additional tile. So let's go ahead and say additional tile is going to go here. And let's go ahead and go for a river. And that'll go down on your next turn. All right, so it's back over here. So as you can see, the turns are really quick. Even in a 4-player game, it gets right back around to you pretty fast. So here, we've got options. Let's see. Let's play down here. Let's go ahead and say that this player is going to try to get that in game, this bonus of the 3 long street food situation. So we covered a cement truck. So cement truck. Let's go for looking at our board. What would fit in there very well, because we can't cover this hole. The pit cannot be covered. So you've got to, until you cover everything on the board except that, that's when you get to cover it with a bear statue. And those are some big points. So you're going to want to try to get to that pretty quick like. Let's go for the goby, because I think that would fit really well right there. So let's grab the goby. On the next turn, we're going to plop that down right there. That'll get us a new board and another piece. All right, over here, we have options now. So let's go for, you know what? Let's pretend that the river piece was here, and so this player wants to connect all of those. The river, one uninterrupted river. So we're going to get 2 of those. So let's go ahead and grab this. And then let's go ahead and grab this. Because we covered 2, right? Yep, we covered 2 wheelbarrows. So we've got that. Boom, done. All right, back to here. All right, so you can always choose anything you want from here. Now, if you put down a piece, like let's say you put down a piece here and you didn't cover anything up, on your next turn, you don't get to place anything. You're just going to have to go to the board and pick from the green space. And so it's really inefficient. You want to always cover a piece. Now, I'm sure there'll be an instance where you can't do that, but you want to try to always cover a piece. All right, so we're going to get a board and a green piece here. So let's pick a board. And let's put it down here because we're going to try to get this long street food situation going. And then we also get a green piece. So let's grab another river, because a river eventually will go right there perfectly. Okay, all right. So back to here. We're going to, this is going to be tough. Uninterrupted. I don't think that's the way that counts. That wouldn't work. So I've already messed that up. See, I would need to be able to connect the river to get that bonus. So I shouldn't have laid it like that. Joke. All right, so let's just go here. Let's cap that off, and let's get a cement truck in here. So cement trucks are going to be our 4 bear types here in the middle, and this koala bear would fit really nice right there. And then we only need to cover this piece, and we'll be able to cap off the pit. So setting up well there. All right, back over here. Let's go. Let's go ahead and do this. Boom, street truck. Well, that doesn't get, we got another piece. See, you already have a lot of decisions on how you want to lay out your park. So we could put this down over here, and we could get a cement truck. We could put this here and get a wheelbarrow, and then next turn get that, and we would probably be the first to cover up our pit, our hole, and get the bear statue. But we also want that 9-point bonus from the in-game achievement. And so, so whoever gets there first. Okay, so let's go with this. Let's do the cement truck. Boom. Cement truck, we're going to, so many choices. A lot of it is going to depend on what you've got going on your board, but then, I'll put that backwards. These are also, when you set the game up, you have to put these in descending order, because as you pull them off, that's the point values, because you're going to add up these points that are on your in your park at the end, also in combination with any of your in-game achievements and any of your bear statues. So that's a great way that you have multiple ways of scoring. All right, so we're good there. Here we're going to jump back on to gosh, so many choices. I guess we'll just go here and we'll cement truck it up. Cement truck. Let's get some polar bears going on over here. Polar bear. Next turn we're going to be able to put that down and enclose that. Here they can do that, but you know what? This player is going to go ahead and start working on that in-game bonus achievement. So we're going to grab another expansion. Now here, they have choices. They could go here. They could go here. They could go on top and make a big square. It's up to them. So this is just going to be like a really long park for the Japanese. The Japanese team is going to walk all the way down here. That did not get us a piece though. That only got us a park extension. But because we had 2, we're in good shape. All right, here. All right, so we've got this knocked out. Now, again, this wouldn't be something that you would probably do unless you have 2 pieces in the bank like this player does. But since we do, we've completely covered this tile. And so you get to go here and get your bear statue that's worth 16 points and drop that in. So as you can see, that is a big chunk of points. Next turn, they can put this down this way if they choose to and get 3. Extend the park, a wheelbarrow, and a cement truck all at once. One other thing to remember is if you're, let's say you need to cover up a cement truck, but you really would want one of these pieces that's left, because once the pieces are gone, they're not available, right? So if this stack just is gone completely from players taking them, then you don't have that choice. Or maybe there's all the polar bears are gone and you need something from over here. You can always go down. Like, so if you cover the crane, you can pretty much choose anything on the board that you want. If you cover the cement truck, you can choose a cement truck or a green space. So you can always go down and pick up an item that you want from there. So we did that here. Back over here. All right, so let's cover this up. We've got an enclosure and a wheelbarrow. So now this player is going to get to choose one of the unique pieces out here. These are typically, they have high scores and they cover a lot of space. So let's snag up, oh, this would be perfect for them. So they're going to grab this polar bear enclosure because on the next turn, they're going to cover up all of that. Boom, that is a lot. That is a 5 space situation, and they'll cover 2 bricks. So, as you can see, oh, and we need to grab a wheelbarrow from that. Wheelbarrow would be, let's grab the river. Oh, no, they're trying to get this done, of course. So they can do this in the next turn, and boom. They may go ahead and do that because, you know, you want to be the first to get to this. They can look around the table and see what everybody else is building, and they know they're in good shape. They don't have to worry about it. Here, this player is going to do what we talked about earlier, and they are going to drop that in. They get a wheelbarrow, a cement truck, and a park expansion. So they're going to park expand this direction. They're going to grab a wheelbarrow. No. Let's grab a river and a cement truck. Let's get another polar bear. Let's see if they can get all the polar bears going. So I think that gives you a good idea of what the players can do and how the game plays. You're going to play this out to somebody completely covers 4 of the park expansions completely. Then everybody else will take one more turn. Then you'll step back. You'll take all of your in-game bonuses that you've achieved, if you've achieved any, and you'll add up all the points that are visible. So it's really simple, really straightforward in that way. That is it. Barenpark from Fear Walker Harding and Mayfair Games. Currently, it's pretty much sold out everywhere, but when it comes back in stock, if you like Patchwork and you like Cottage Garden, just trust me, this is the iteration of this type of game that you want. I will play, you throw this down in front of me, I will play it every single time. I'll say, yes, I love this game. And to me, it is the perfect way of putting the Tetris top gameplay into game design, board games. So, that's it, guys. This is James with Board Game Spotlight and Druid City Games. Thanks for watching. See you later.